2 races in one weekend, back-to-back wins, my 343rd 5K or longer age group award since 2006, just on plants, because somebody said to me once, you can't run on a vegan diet. So people keep asking me at age 72, how do you do it? So let's talk about it. Well, started 3 weekends ago when one of my running friends who is equally crazy and I decided independently that we would do 2 races, one in the morning and one at night, because races, especially during the summer, are few and far between. So we traveled like 200 miles between the 2 different races just to compete, and we both placed. And then last weekend, 2 weekends ago, we did 2 different races, one on a Saturday and one on Sunday. And in that race, this was the Awaken, that was the finisher's medal, and this was the Veteran Grand Masters Award, which means I was the fastest runner over the age of 70. And then this past weekend, like just a few days ago, there was this. So the National Senior Games happens every other year, and so in the off year, which this is, they still have the county races and the state games. So just to stay in practice for running track, because it is a very different animal than running a 5K race, I did, you're only allowed to do 4 track events. I used to do all 6 of them, but I guess it just took up too much time and not enough volunteers. You know how that goes. So this weekend I did only 4 events, the 200, 400, 800, 1500, and that was it. So of course I placed in all of them because not a lot of people show up, although I did have quite a bit of competition, and you can kind of see the difference in the 2 age group awards. This is the gold and that's the bronze. So in 3 of the races, I only got the bronze because the younger kids are aging up, and I'm the oldest now, almost the oldest in my age group, the way it's calculated. So how am I doing this? It's just to make things interesting. I just keep showing up, and that really is the key to do this. I don't do anything fancy. It's just smart recovery, clean food, and movement every day. You know, my mom, I can remember as early, my earliest memories of her, she would say when she'd come wake me up in the morning, because what kid ever gets up voluntarily? I don't know. She would go stretch and fetch it. And I would stretch my arms way over my head and stretch all the way down to my feet. And lo and behold, later in life, I would take yoga classes where they have you do the same thing. But I do this every morning just to get the blood flowing, and you can do this too. My plant-based diet gives me the energy to move back so fast, to really bounce back, and knowing the difference between hard training and smart training is really important, not to push the envelope. So for the track event this weekend, I didn't even do any training, except I was doing longer distances like the 5K races and occasional 10K, and that was enough to sustain my base. In previous years, I've done all kinds of training with coaches, and not to say that you shouldn't do that, but for me, it was really just about getting a schedule and figuring out what works best for me. And some mornings, I would just do quick sprints, and like for 100 meters, and then slow down for another 100 meters, and then repeat that like 10 times. And that's just it. It doesn't have to be that complicated. And I can give you ideas about how to do that if you're thinking about ramping up your running event. So people say to me often that running after 70 is just crazy, but I do try and convince them that my days are fine. And here's the secret: plant-based athletes, vegans, when we're eating healthfully, generally we don't get arthritis, and that's why I can still be so flexible. And I've taught yoga classes, water aerobics classes, and as you can see, Fit to Run has hired me to, among other things in the community, is to lead a weekly run, a 3-mile 5K basically, from the store, which is really cool. And every race is a reminder that consistency beats genetics. I'm the only adult female, as you've probably heard me say, in my family who doesn't have breast cancer. My mom, aunt, and both sisters had it. We were part of the BRCA1 and BRCA2 gene studies, but only 10% of all cases are genetic anyway. So that's 90% are lifestyle related. And in our family, only half the cases it's thought were even genetic as well. So there's much you can do to turn on your genes, turn off your genes, and if you're over 50, just let this be proof that it's just never too late to start. And I've seen all kinds of great results with people who have decided, like, maybe it's time to do something important for myself, to maintain a level of health, because it is about the lifestyle. It is about enjoying a good quality of life. And that's one of the reasons that Crunch, which is a popular gym here in Florida, has also hired me as a personal trainer, and I'm going through their training program now, which is very extensive and fun. So if I can help you in any way, if this inspires you, please like and subscribe, because it really helps the channel grow. And check out my upcoming Thrive After 50 videos, where I will tell you more precisely how I train and what it is I do. And be sure to drop your comments and questions down below, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Till then, gotta run.